It's been nearly a year since the Battle in Boise, an event featuring 3 high school football games at Albertson Stadium. For most athletes, playing on the blue is all but a dream. But 3 of those schools who were played are feeling blue now a year later. Tonight, we take a look at why they're out thousands of dollars due to a lack of payment from the event's sponsor.
It just feels totally out of our control, and it's frustrating.
We got to a point where we just knew we weren't going to get it.
These Idaho high school athletic directors all share the same concern.
We need to be paid.
Oakley High School is seeking $2,000. Emmett agreed on $3,500, while Vallivue is waiting on $6,000. $11,500 in total that's missing out of the athletic budgets at 3 Idaho public schools.
A big thing for me was to make sure that we got money. Because, it's a home game for us. So we're losing out on gate, on concessions. So that was the big thing that I asked for was, let's sit down and make sure that we come up with an agreement that works for everybody.
It's being called an overdue business transaction, at least in our conversation with Battle in Boise's sponsor, Southern Solar Pros, and owner Cody Hewart. According to an agreement signed by the company, the Idaho Football Coaches Association, and the 3 home teams, each one agreed to receive a flat rate, or the gate revenue they would typically earn at an average home game minus the fees for officials. Hewart, who did not want to go on camera, told us back in July he was in the middle of selling this company and said funds would continue to be frozen until the sale is final. But the athletic directors say they've heard this before.
It started, within a couple of weeks after the game, just simply texting Cody, just saying, hey, when are we going to receive the funds for this? And it just kind of progressed down this interesting rabbit hole of, hey, the business has been sold, or this has happened, or the funds will be available at this time, and it started in October, went through the new year, went through the spring, and we just still haven't received the money.
Since then, the schools say that the communication has been lacking.
I probably called once a week for like 8 weeks, and sometimes left voicemail, sometimes not. Nothing.
For Emmett, the Huskies only had 4 home games on the schedule in 2023, including the Battle in Boise contest against rival Fruitland. Without these promised funds, Emmett Athletics only collected revenue from 3 total games, and that's causing a domino effect.
We rely on home football games for a lot of revenue. They kind of help, in Emmett especially, keep our non-revenue sports alive.
That's forcing athletic directors to make sacrifices for the betterment of their programs.
We weren't able to buy even necessary equipment for programs like we have in the past.
We really try to focus on the needs of students, and so we try to keep things pretty conservative. But for us, it's going to be officials costs. It's going to be state hotel rooms, and that's the biggest cost for our athletic department as a whole.
Now that we're in the new sports season, these schools have a message.
It's not, me as the athletic director or anybody else that's really potentially being hurt or been hurt by this. It's the opportunity for kids.
The schools that were involved need this money, and we want to put this behind us and get paid.